Hello, welcome to the hideout today, and we're going to look at a happy trigger. Okay gang, welcome to the hideout today, and today we're going to talk about a happy trigger, okay? But first, let's take care of this. If you have not subscribed, please do. Click the ringy dingy and get your notification. If you have subscribed, thank you. Check us out at sgt1911.com and then join us here at the hideout and out at the range for a big time, right? Booyah! Alright, we're going to talk about a happy trigger. Happy trigger is a trigger that goes in a Marlin lever action gun. I've got one here. Now, I try to get these happy triggers in all of my lever action guns, except for a few. Dad's, I'm going to leave it as original. This one, I'm going to show you. Now, I'm going to have to zoom in here on the trigger and get you an idea of what we're talking about. Look at this Marlin factory trigger. Look at it just jiggle. There's no tension, no take up until you get way back there. It's just jiggle. And more importantly, let me do it this way so everybody see nothing in it. I'm going to check a trigger gauge real quick. Alright, ready? I'm going to pull the trigger on this thing. .3 on a factory Marlin trigger. It's a pretty color, but 7.3, and it just jiggles. Now, happy trigger. I'm gonna give you just a little bit of peep in just a minute, but let me say this. You how things work with a 1911 and these triggers, if you've ever had one apart, you got the trigger and you got the sear. And why we got the jiggle in there is they do this, they rub up against each other, but they're loose. So they do this, there's some tolerances in there. But we get a happy trigger. Happy trigger is a single, I guess, what am I gonna say? It's one piece kind of sort of knot. You have the sear and the trigger held together with a spring, so you install it at one time and they're together, they're not like coming apart. So there is no wiggle jiggle in there. So it's kind of like the Nighthawk trigger jobs you can put in there. Instead of having the sear in one hand and the trigger in the other hand, they're held together as one piece with a spring. Okay, there's what we got. Now let me show you the end result. Alright, first let me do this. Let me do this first so we see. Here's my happy trigger. No jiggle. Consistent. We'll go ahead and cock the rifle. I'm going to measure the trigger pull. No jiggle. Ready? 1.15 pound trigger pull with no jiggle. You're talking about crazy. That right there is a freaking happy trigger. So you guys get to thinking about, you might want to install some of this. I'll just tell you real quick how to install it. Take the buttstock off, take your trigger out, and that's how you got to get to it down there. And you know what, let's don't even get into that, because I am going to get into that. You take the buttstock off, you can change out your safety, you can do the hammer, you can do the trigger, and you can do it all. They're real simple to do. You can go to YouTube and find some old videos out there on how to do it. Nothing to do it. The manufacturer's got them. If you want to get one of these things, just go out there and Google and have a look at where you can get it. But you've seen it work. The happy trigger makes a happy cowboy. Okay, so until we get to shoot again, shoot safe and shoot straight. Hoo.